In this video, I'm cracking 20 vintage Pokemon PSA slabs and sending them to CGC with the goal of tripling my money. I've attempted this before in another video, so feel free to check that out if you haven't yet. The results there are kind of crazy. Also, in this video, I got my first error card back from CGC. Completely unexpected, and it's really cool. Like always, I'll go through the cost and the value of each card and show the total profit at the end, and will give myself a letter grade from F to S on how I did on this submission. Will I be able to triple my money? We'll see. Stay tuned. Let's get right to it. Okay, we're going to start off with some of the cheaper cards first, but there's some bangers later on in this submission that I can't wait to show you. Up first is Dark Alakazam Holo from Team Rocket. Got this one in a PSA 7. My guess on this card was an 8. CGC decided to give it a 9. So that's a 2 grade bump on this card. Not a great profit there, but that's okay. It's still nice to see a 7 to a 9. Next up is Ninetales. What a majestic, beautiful creature. This one I got in a PSA 7. I also guessed that it was going to get an 8. Let's see if I'm correct. Gave it an 8. I'm about even on this card, and that's okay. I'll end up hopefully selling it for around that price. Okay, up next is Gyarados base set Holo. Everyone loves Gyarados. He's really amazing, isn't he? This one I got in a PSA 7. I guessed it would get an 8. Decided to give it an 8. Yes, it still bumped up the grade, but a CGC 8 versus a PSA 7, it's a little bit less money. Not great gains on the first 3 cards. So hopefully we can pull together and get some nicer value bumps later in this submission. Okay, up next, a Mewtwo Holo base set. Mewtwo is just the classic legendary Pokemon. Everyone loves Mewtwo, right? This one I got in a PSA 8. My guess was a 9. I decided to give it a 9. So we're 4 for 4 and getting a higher grade, but no 10s yet. And I will sell this card. Let's move on to the next one. Rocket's Scyther. Scyther is awesome. I think this card is great. Love the way he's just traveling through an infinite void like a lot of these vintage Pokemon cards do. I got this one in a PSA 8. I thought it looked incredibly nice. I guessed it would get a 10, and CGC decided to give it a 10. But there's a little bit of a weird caveat here. It's an error card, and this is my first error card I've ever gotten from CGC. It's an additional ink error. The value of this, I'm honestly not really quite sure. This usually goes for about $325 to $350 in a regular 10. I did a little bit of research. I found a Dragonair base set 2 CGC 8. It's normally like 15 to 20 bucks. It went for $80. I found a Snorlax CGC 6, usually around $50. It went for $500. That's insane. The Snorlax one, though, is pretty obvious with the additional ink error. It looked very different. This Scyther card, I really tried to find where exactly this ink error is. So I compared it with another CGC scan. There's a little bit of difference here. Like you can see some streaks, but I'm not really quite sure. If anyone in the comments, if you can spot the difference, please let me know. With this error card, I'm not really quite sure, like I said, how to value it. I think it's going to come down to just the right person who wants this card, but that right person is me because I want this card. I love it. I think from a collector's perspective, it's really cool to have something extremely unique like this. So to me, my value, I'm just going to set it at $450 for now. I'm keeping it. It's all mine, so stay away. So I decided to venture off out of the Wizard of the Coast error cards a little bit here. Still technically vintage. This is 2006 Kyogre EX Black Star promo. I got this one in a PSA 8. My guess was a 9. I thought it had a little bit of whitening, all that fun stuff. CGC decided to give it an 8.5, which is now the lowest bump I've ever got from PSA to CGC, which is a half grade. Yes, it's still higher. It's around the same price. I will sell it. A little bit disappointed in this one, but that's okay. You just got to move on. I got another Black Star promo from 2006. It's Rayquaza EX. This card I got in a PSA 7. My guess was honestly that would get an 8. I didn't think it looked that great. CGC, however, gave it an 8.5 as well. So that's cool. A tiny little value bump there. I'll take it. It's an incredibly amazing card. I love Rayquaza. I'm sure a lot of people do. I want this in a higher grade someday, but for now, I think I'm going to sell it. Imagine yourself in the year 2000. The Dark Charizard card just hit the street, and all the kids are running around like crazy saying, "Oh, mommy, daddy, I want the Dark Charizard card." So this Dark Charizard card from 2000 Team Rocket, this is the non-holo version. Still a somewhat sought after card. It's Charizard, but he's a little bit darker. Everyone loves a little dark edge to a character, right? A little bit of a moral ambiguity. I think this Dark Charizard, he struggled with his past. Maybe he's done a lot of crime in his past, and maybe he's trying to turn over a new leaf. Sorry, I'm getting carried away here. Anyway, this card I got in a PSA PSA 8. My guess was that CGC would give it a 9. CGC gave it a 10, which is awesome. I'm super excited about that one. And yeah, I'm going to sell this one. Oh, look, it's the same card, but it's holographic. And the holo cards go for, you know, more money. This one I got in a PSA 8. My guess was that it would get a 9. CGC decided to give it a 10. Amazing. We're back on our goal, baby, for tripling our money. That's a great profit gain. We're looking real good. Huge fan of this card. I love me a good dark Charizard. Okay, here's, in my opinion, a somewhat underrated Pokemon, but again, it's all personal preference and subjectivity. I thought CGC was going to give it a 10, and CGC gave it a 10, which is great. We're doing okay. We got a little bit of value bump there. Okay, up next from the same Neo Genesis set first edition, we got Feraligatr, like alligator, but with an F. Okay, this one I got in a PSA 8 for fairly decent value. I guess it was going to get a 10 because it looked really nice to me, but again, what do I know? I could be completely wrong. CGC decided to give it a 10, which is awesome. There we go. That's a nice value bump there. I love the Neo Genesis set, and I love this card so much. Feraligatr is one of my favorite starters. I think he's cool. He's a cool guy. Look at him strutting along like he did a little dookie, and he's kind of proud of it, like I tend to buy a couple of the same card if I really like the card sometimes because I just love it so much. This one I got in a PSA 8, and my guess was a 10 because I thought it looked nice. It looked very clean. CGC decided to give it a 10, so that's 2 10 Feraligatr first edition cards. Wonderful, beautiful. I'm going to sell this one because I'm keeping the other one, which is great news for me. We're on track. We're doing pretty good for our profits here, so I'm pretty excited. Okay, up next, Espeon Holo from Neo Discovery. I don't think I have to really explain why people like this card. It's beautiful, angelic even, maybe one might say. This card I got in a PSA 8. My guess was a 9.5. I decided to guess a 9.5 because why not? And CGC gave it a 9, which was a bit disappointing, honestly, but that's okay. I'll accept it. I can't get 10s every time. I get it. I didn't really gain much of a value bump there, but that's okay. You know, I'll get over it. It's okay. I'm fine. I'm fine. Next up, we got Lugia Japanese Neo Genesis set. This one I got in a PSA 9. I got it for very cheap. My guess was that it was going to get a 10 because it looked very nice to me. CGC decided to give it a 10, which is fantastic. I'll take that. That's like quadrupling my money there. I can't complain about that. And I'm going to keep this one because I can't help it. I just look at it and I want it in my collection because it'll make me happy. And that's what it's about at the end of the day, right? Me being happy and my happiness. Oh, look, it's the same card. I got another PSA 9 for around the same price. I thought it was going to get a 10. It's also got a nice little swirl on the card, which is always nice. Some people like that. Some people don't. CGC decided to give it a 10, which is fantastic, baby. So that means I can keep one and sell one, which is the ideal goal. Okay, here we have Lapras screaming in the void. This is Fossil First Edition Holo. I got this one in a PSA 8. My guess was a 9.5. It looked very nice to my untrained eye. And CGC decided to give it a 10, which is awesome. We're on a roll now, baby. That's a great value bump there. That's 3 10s in a row. I'm excited about that. I'm going to sell this one. I don't have any attachment to Lapras, so you can get his little flappy fins out of here. Oh, man. We got Gengar First Edition Fossil Holo. I got this one in a PSA 8. Everyone loves Gengar. They love his long teeth. I think that's why they like him. I mean, that's why I like him. I guess it was going to get a 9.5. Look at that. I must be a professional grader because CGC gave it a 9.5. A decent value bump, which is nice. It's honestly probably better that it wasn't a 10 because I'd be more compelled to keep it, but I'll take the little profit here and run away. Up next, we have one of the first legendary birds, Articuno Fossil Holo First Edition. I cracked this bad boy out of a PSA 7. My guess was a 9, and CGC gave it a 9. So from a 7 to a 9 is a good value bump. I'm pretty happy about that. I'm going to sell this card, though. Okay, so I went for a little bit of a theme here. You might be able to guess the third card, but the second card is Zapdos Fossil First Edition Holo. This one I got in a PSA 8. My guess was a 9. CGC, let's see what it gives it. It gives it a 9, which is about the same value, so I'm a little bit bummed about that. But that's cool because now I have 2 sequential legendary birds in CGC 9. So let's see what the last one gets. I'm sure you all guessed it. It's Moltres, the last legendary bird, Fossil Holo, first edition. I also got this one in a PSA 8. My guess was that it was going to get a 9. CGC gave it a 9. 3 sequential birds from the first generation, first edition, Fossil Holo, and CGC 9s, which is pretty cool. Not great value bump for me overall with these cards. I wish they got 10s, but you know, sometimes all your wishes can't come true. You have to just face reality, and that's okay. So overall, I'm really happy about this submission. The total cost was about $2,900. The value was about $7,400. So we're talking about a $4,500 profit. So did I triple my money? Not quite. I almost did. So the goal is still there. One day I will triple my money from one of these videos, I swear. But for the letter grade, I'm going to give myself an A+, because I really do think I had some nice cards in this submission with some great value gains. And like always, please let me know in the comments if you have any suggestions or feedback for me, anything that you want me to do different, or if you just want to vent and yell at me. That's okay too. I accept that. We're all welcome here. All right, that's all I got for this video. See you next time. Bye.